I'm like that one of these days too.
Thanks, Andrew. Your 10's looking marvellous as well. All right, we are ready for action, and we're going to try and pick up who's playing on. Who looks like Osborne's got the job on. Davey, it's on already, and centre half forward for the Hawks. This is, well, line in the sand stuff already for the Hawks before the ball's even bounced. And now they better get ready because the ball could be heading their way very shortly. Melbourne and Hawthorn underway from the MCG, and Chance Bateman sharing it with Hodge. Straight away the Hawks into action, and a chance for Joel Smith to adventure into the forward line, and he delivers beautifully to Rees, who seems to be playing as a small forward leading up, and maybe trying to take Clint Bizzle out of the action. Centering ball, not a bad one. Dixon couldn't quite claim it. At least keeping the ball moving. Rivers called into action, and out the laconic Travis Johnston, who finds McLean, and the Demons have got plenty of numbers off half back. Godfrey pushing on the wing for him down the ground, but he just keeps on going to Davey, who's surrounded by Hawks. Osborne obviously not able to get the fist in, and now Davey confronted by leading Green coming out of the square. Jacobs his opponent, but couldn't get near him.
There's a great kick out in front which enabled Green to run on the ball, take an easy grab, but just a couple of matchups at the moment. Holland has lined up at full forward for the Demons. Hayes got him, and at the other end of the ground, Williams has been manned up by Bell.
Well, over his career, he's averaged 2.26 shots for goal per game, and just 1.5 shots per game this year. So he's not having as many shots for goal because he's been playing on the ball. He's been playing a tagging role, averaging around 20 possessions a game. But we know he is a sharp shooter, and there's some more proof. Not the most convincing of kicks when you compare it to some of the great shots that Brad Green's had over the years, but he cares less about that and more about the scoreboard as we go back to seeing some of this action from before the bounce.
Well, it was all happening early on, but, the Demons settled, and it was their foot skills, their skills that got them out of trouble. The ball ended up deep in the Demons' back half, but they brought the ball up and were able to find that leading forward in Brad Green, who kicked truly.
So, good opening by Melbourne, and Brad Green, in the absence of David Neitz, playing out of the goal square, and an immediate impact back in the centre. Everett decisively. Chance for Hodge, who started inside the centre square. He's going to get a free kick. No, it's coming back to Mitchell, who was held. And he gets on with it quickly. Out wide, Smith delivers to half forward. Out comes Rees, but chipping in. Ferguson did pretty well. And he's marked inside his defensive 50. The Demons intent on bringing it down the corridor. Maloney, who kicks it long towards half forward. Chance for Uze on Brown. Uze almost. Perhaps should have taken it. Davey, front and centre, little fumble, but he's got blistering speed. Doesn't need to use it. He just uses Uze, who chips further afield. Godfrey, who got a reprieve with Bruce withdrawing from the side. So Godfrey too far out to score. He's at half forward. There's Ben Holland in the goal square. Russell Robertson drifting back to that part of the ground as well. He wants it long. Godfrey instead goes backwards, and Wheatley. They transfer play, the Demons across the ground. It's okay. Rivers has got it. Now he delivers into the pocket. Holland out on a long lead, and he marks. Well done, Ben Holland. And it was well orchestrated by the Demons. They switched the play and opened up one part of the ground to allow Holland to lead into it.
And once again, a great kick. Spider Everett was dropping back into that space, and that kick had to pierce the two of them, Everett and also Hay.
It will require a wonderful kick from here. He needs to kick it from outside 50. And the angle acute, there's a good look at what confronts him. Drop punt on its way, it's across the face. Goal square! Almost the mark to Robertson. Ball still in play. Godfrey, Uze. Oh, he snapped across the face. Thought for a moment he may have extracted something from nothing, but it's out on the full, so a free kick to the Hawks.
And just at the moment, the Demons are playing three of their forwards deep in the goal square: Uze, Holland and Green.
Jacobs wandering out of half-back to the advantage of Crawford. Pursued, as you can see, by Wheatley. Handball to himself. I think he was happy in the end to get that result. And the Hawks have got it to the wing.
And having said that, Hutto, just a continuation of the Melbourne setup. They've got Davey up the ground.
Yeah, for it. And a couple of Hawks in front. You can see Sam Mitchell, who just knocks up those clearances, sharing it with his mate Crawford into the middle of Smith, who looks dangerous so far. He's up and about and delivering to the man on the lead. Guess who? He's taken more marks inside 50 than any other man in the AFL. And Mark Williams to go back, the leading goal kicker in the AFL with 24 to have a shot. And Joel Smith's been prominent so far, Sauce. And even though he's had, I think, 19 and 17 touches in the last 2 weeks, there's been some Hawks fans that haven't really thought Joel Smith's been at his best.
No, probably hasn't been at his best, but he's off to a very good start. 4 kicks already for Joel Smith. And this man on screen, 24 goals for the season. Next best is 7 with Spider Everett.
Big task for Daniel Bell, isn't it, this afternoon? He's been deadly this season. And that one, halfway up on the post. You'll be disappointed with that. And because the Demons have done a lot of the attacking so far, and they needed to put some scoreboard pressure on.
So at fullback, Wheatley brings it in. Johnston and a couple of Johnsons playing for Melbourne this afternoon. He chips it short. Godfrey. Oh, pushed over from Frank. That'll be lucky not to be 50 metres. In fact, it is. And James McDonald just letting Lance Franklin know all about it. Umpire Mark Fraser with the duties, and you can see there he clearly took the mark and well umpired. So Godfrey's now got it at half forward for the Demons. Onto the left boot, penetrating kick across the ground. McLean in good position. Oh, gee, he did all the hard work. Holland was desperate. Now a chance for Brown. He kicked a couple last week, Nathan Brown. Handball off to White. Kick around the body towards full forward. Robertson and Crowe. That'll be a great battle this afternoon. Robertson did very well. Now Green can't control it. Lending a hand, well done. Vandenberg, and we'll get a boundary throwing.
You mentioned the Robertson-Crowe battle. 2 very strong players, very quick, and both very good in the air.
So a goal scoring opportunity here for the Demons. Just inside their attacking 50, Everett. McDonald, now Maloney, just bangs away towards the top of the square. Jacobs in good position and he marks strongly.
It was well worked to Hodge, who is their go-to man on the way out because he's such a penetrating kick. Had it tough that time to find his man.
And you mentioned Brad Hodge. Just at the moment, I think Godfrey is actually doing a tagging role on Brad Hodge.
Luke Hodge. Brad Hodge. We're still waiting to see which state he's going to play cricket for next year.
He has played on the ground though.
Yeah, he has. Hasn't played for the Hawks that we're aware of. Now there's a whistle there, interference, advantage, paid everyone at stop. The umpire lets it go. There's some work to do with the interpretations there. Bateman goes to half forward. Oh, well judged by Rees. Got the break on Bizzle. And again he goes to Williams. And he got some treatment afterwards too. Interesting to look at the umpire's interpretation here.
Well, they were red hot on that early in the season, and we saw a little bit last night. They paid the 50-metre penalty, and we've seen one early in this game. Let's have a look at it.
Here it is. Yeah, the break from Rees. Just got the good bounce. Well, that second motion with the left arm dragging down was where the question could be.
I think he was still in the contest.
Yeah, certainly the first part was, and I guess the doubt was whether the second part was reasonable contact or not. Nonetheless, it's a chance for Williams, his second chance, and he doesn't miss too many. Hawks in front.
Williams puts the Hawks first. He just must be exceptionally quick, Williams. We just see a great kick there, but he just seems to get away so easy on his opponent, Williams, and that is a very good kick for goal. He's 25th for the season.
Clearance for the Hawks. This time Mitchell or Williams coming up from full forward. There's a free kick. It'll come back. In fact, the mark's paid to Ferguson. He kicks across the ground. Heffernan's made position, and he can run. Well, they need support now. Rivers, cool in a crisis. Chips to McLean, who marks on centre wing. Brock McLean moved into the midfield this year. Has been a very good player. Now he's got a lead from Uze, and he honours the lead and hits him. Yes, well done, in front of Brown. Wasting no time. Kick towards half forward. Robertson caught behind. Crowd in front. Almost took the mark. Chance crashing through Maloney. He's well tackled by Mitchell. Couldn't quite dispossess him. Holland having a lot of trouble picking up. He did eventually. And Osborne just content to subtly take it over the line. So a boundary throw in the forward pocket for Melbourne.
Yeah, Sam Mitchell on screen looked as though he hurt his shoulder a little in that contest. Stayed down for a little while. And as they hang the arm like that, it's almost a dead giveaway that his shoulder's gone a little bit dead.
Clearance is 5-1 in favour of Hawthorn. Everett again winning it down. Well, Mitchell pushed someone in the back there. And just a bit untidy as Davey and Osborne go at it, bottom right of screen.
Well, look, the umpire,
and it's been reversed.
He's paid the advantage. He actually paid the advantage first of all. Here's a look at the incident. And now we've got Davey and Osborne.
Osborne is working Davey over in this first quarter.
And that's a different interpretation of the advantage to we saw last night, where Mark Fraser decided to let the player have the shot for goal. They wouldn't allow Gary Ablett to do it last night. Now with the flow, Hodge. This is what Melbourne trying to stop. Hodge getting clear and delivering for Rees. Oh, no mark play. Godfrey laying it off. Green giving Brown a chance. He floated down, interfered with. Nathan Brown attack the free. Now Robertson's bouncing around in the goal square. You can see Davey there with Osborne watching him intently. Holland leads also out of the square. Is it beyond Nathan Brown?
Everett pushing back into the hole now. Needs some short pass.
And here it comes. Send to Green. Tim Clark, his opponent. Just for that bit of play you fancy, because Jacobs has been his opponent up until now.
Tim Clark's actually running with Nathan Brown, Hutto. That's obviously how highly Hawthorn regard Nathan Brown's influence.
Well, it's the role that Tim Clark has played so well in recent weeks, hasn't he? I mean, he's just locked on to whoever's been the dangerous player, no matter where they've been on the field. So, as you said, it shows they rate Nathan Brown pretty highly. And again, these usually immaculate kicking skills of Brad Green to be called upon. Tough angle this one for the left side. He's hanging out too far to the left. Scores level. What's your early feelings, Sos? I guess one of the questions already will be asked of Neil Danaher is whether he's happy with Daniel Bell to play on Mark Williams, whether he'll stick with him and for how long.
Oh, I think you've got to stick with him. Let him work himself into the game. Just at the moment, I mean, the possessions Williams have had, he's been able to get on the lead. It's very tough as a defender.
Hawthorn working out of defence. Osborne on the end of it, close to the line. And they try and keep it in. In fact, it's still in play. Brown for Melbourne. Keith Lloyd has a poor kick. Lob it straight up to Everett. Now it's a very open forward line. If Everett can get it in quickly, he takes it a long time. Numbers now back for Melbourne.
Jared Ruffhead's wide open down there, Chris. So sorry about that.
He can't see him. And he chips short instead to Hodge. Now he kicks to Ruffhead. They got it there eventually, Andy.
He was there for about 30 seconds. Rivers just dropped off him.
The reason I raised Williams this early, Sos, and as you said, it is way too early, but we sat here 4 weeks ago and watched Brisbane go through about 4 different opponents.
I know that, but the possessions Williams have had, they haven't been long kicks into the forward line. They've been probably 25, 30 metre kicks. They're very tough to get to as a defender.
Game number 4 for Jared Ruffhead. He kicks, and he kicks pretty well. He's put it through. The Hawks by 6 points. So Jared Ruffhead, he kicked 2 goals on debut in round 3 against the Bombers, but that was a great kick for goal, just 18 years of age, and he's put the Hawks in front, Steve. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, good ball usage. The beauty of this is that Ruffhead actually went back. He looked in board, but he knew he could kick the goal. He went back, settled, and put the ball through. Good play. This has been happening all quarter. Osborne just getting stuck into Aaron Davey.
Yeah, even when the ball is nowhere near it. This is where it starts for the Hawks in the middle. They lead 3-0 out of the centre, and they've got some great clearance specialists. None better than Sam Mitchell. In it goes quickly. Lovely lay-off. Ruffhead. Oh, he's missed. Could have kicked 2 goals in about 30 seconds. And he's missed. The Hawks lead by 7.
Gee, they're absolutely smashing Melbourne in the clearances.
Demons huddling.
in favour of Hawthorn. Long kick comes in. Godfrey marks. Contest provided by Bateman. Now he's got a loose player on the wing. Williams. That's Luke Williams of Melbourne. A casual bounce. Good chase from Bateman. Put some pressure on. Effected the kick towards Everett. No one takes the mark. Chance for Hay at the back. Uses Campbell Brown. Sweeps the handball out wide. Vandenberg. Hodge has been prominent early. Delivers superbly. Dixon. They're up and running Hawthorn. Plays on. Kicks deep towards Williams. He's one out. Or almost manufactured something. He's going to get the free kick. So Mark Williams is causing all sorts of problems there, and you can just see the right arm there of Daniel Bell clearly over the shoulder, and I think it was probably there, Steve.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Daniel Bell under pressure at the moment, the ball coming in fairly quickly, and Williams is playing very well. He's always in front and has been for most of the season. Was able to get that free kick.
Well, he's a straight kick. He's kicked 25-13 this year. Just 30 metres, in fact not even. Comes in and pops it through. The Hawks further in front of the MCG. Now, I reckon the big test, Steve, is can they maintain this momentum? Can they maintain this style of play for 4 quarters? Because that's what's let them down so far this season. They've lost focus for a quarter or so and have lost the game.
Well, they have, and they're a young side, and I guess that happens, but Alistair Clarkson certainly got this team playing his way, and if they continue to do their game plan, they're always a chance.
Mark Williams with most of Hawthorn scored. He might get another chance here. Free flowing out of the middle. They are slicing them up. And it's all starting in the engine room with Messrs. Everett, Hodge, Mitchell and Crawford. And there they are in action. Crawford collaborating with Sam Mitchell, and Williams says, thank you very much.
How good's that? We've seen the Hawks
better than that, does it?
We've seen the Hawks quite a few times this year, Chriso, and we haven't seen that once or twice. We've seen it several times.
Lewis comes on to replace Mitchell. Why you take him off, I'm not sure. He might be injured. Meantime, the sharpshooter is doing what he does best. That's 3.
What do you say? It was just absolutely, it's like a training drill out of the centre at the moment for the Hawks. And have a look at this. Watch the Everett tap straight to Crawford, and that's a set play. And the kick from Mitchell was just absolutely perfect. Lace out for Williams. And they're using this small forward line, but they're doing it so effectively. And Neil Danaher's got some real problems. Jeff White needs to lift. They need to clear this. They need to man up in the centre and stop the flow of the Demons. This time White does win it. Chance for Hodge. Uses Smith. There's another clearance for them. Just taking his time, waiting for something. It's Roughhead presenting. This young team back to Hodge now. What are you going to do his left side? He does now. Delivers towards Williams, who has to prop. And out comes Dixon. Well, Hawthorn fans will just be absolutely thrilled with the way their team's playing. And Ben Dixon, who's playing second fiddle at the moment to Mark Williams, as we look at the Hodge kick again. And you can see Dixon coming out. I mean, Williams was going to mark that. He'd got rid of Bell. But Dixon now just 30 metres, almost directly in front. He pops it through. Great start here at the G by the Hawks.
Yes, as you said, Chris, it is a great start, and this is where they're winning it. They're on top in the clearances, 8-1 in favour of Hawthorn, and you reckon that the forwards wouldn't be loving this for Hawthorn. They're on the move, they're presenting, they've got some spark up there, and they're all getting involved. That's their 6th mark inside 50 this quarter.
The coach, Neil Danaher, under pressure. Jeff White has a free kick in the middle here.
It was against Aaron Davey. Hutto, he's slung Michael Osborne. He's clearly frustrated.
Oh, up to half forward, the kick was quick. They're presenting well. Lovely laugh of hands. Ladson drives. see the numbers that are congesting around the ball, and the ball up. Boy, we hardly had time to say anything. It's been so frantic.
That centre square bounce, I'm pretty sure it was against Aaron Davey, who pushed his opponent.
Hawthorn's had 27 of the last 31 possessions. Absolutely amazing domination.
Free kick.
Now it's a high tackle.
And this is what happens. Get the ball inside your forward 50. Forwards work hard to keep the ball in there. It puts pressure on the defenders.
Here's the incident. His head was down, and that was just a wayward arm from Adam Uze. It's interesting, in the centre bounce ruck hit out, it's actually 4-2. There's Aaron Davey going off the ground, so he's been dragged.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for that indiscretion.
Spider Everett gives it plenty. And more importantly, it's online. And the Hawks are swamping the Demons at the moment. 6-2-38 to 1-1-7. Unbelievable stuff.
It is, and that was great effort by Spider Everett. It was in the ruck contest. A lot of ruckmen just go for the hit out and basically do nothing after that. He had a second effort to get back on the ball, was caught high, was able to kick the goal.
No, quite remarkable. Neil Danner has got some real problems now. So, Peter Everett has been dominating in the air. Let's see what happens at this clearance. He gets it down again, this time to Smith, Everett, Crawford. They've done it again. Kick towards half forward. A bit wide. Williams not there first. Uze has gone back into defence to lend a hand. There's a free kick there. And it'll come back. Zabel. And the handball's quickly off. Uze just chips, and the mark taken by Wheatley at half back.
Uze's an interesting one, Sos. He's been in the forward line for most of the year, hasn't he? And really hasn't been run on the midfield at all.
No, he hasn't. And we just look at the midfield setup for Melbourne at the moment. It's not working in the clearances.
Maloney brings it forward. Robertson's got to beat three. Everett stands tall. So they're getting numbers back as well, the Hawks. Now, that kicks across the ground. Numbers with the Hawks, but Green's going to provide a contest. But they do have the numbers. So Campbell Brown chips it out wide. Vanderbilt's got to make some room, some space, and he does. Goes backward to the wing. The captain signs to bring it back to the man who controls things from halfback, Luke Hodge. Switches the play. Lewis. Now they've got numbers. Kicks it long. Smith. Everett running for him. He'll use him now with the handball. Everett just outside 50. What will he do? He tries to bring it back, and the kick was smothered. Ladson still in the contest. Well done, the Hawks. They fight on. Clark's got it deep in the pocket, and there's a free kick for a high tackle.
Ladson in trouble.
Look at that, the last 10 minutes. Now Tim Clark wants to pass it off. He's on a very tight angle. There's Ladson. And he kicks it short. Well done. So this man, Jared Roughead, kicked a beautiful goal earlier on in the quarter. Perhaps could have had two to his name within a minute. But this one will be from 45 metres. Angle about 45 degrees. God, what a start this would be if he could slot this. He comes in and kicks it absolutely superbly. What a start by the Hawks.
So if you have to pick 6 players for Hawthorn who you'd like to be leading their stats, Hodge, Smith, Mitchell, Everett, Crawford, Williams, that's who's doing it.
Yes, and really, you go back to the midfield setup. I had a coach once said, if you play in the midfield and centre square bounces, it's a privilege to be in there. At the moment, Melbourne aren't performing to what their coach would like them to perform. They've got to be a lot harder than what they are at the moment.
Aaron Davey sitting down still. Hasn't been able to really have a sniff in this opening quarter. Midfield possessions, 43-6 in the quarter. That is amazing in favour of Hawthorn. Uze in the renovations for the Demons has gone back into defence
as a loose man.
And now they've got some time on their side. McDonald for Godfrey, who's got the job on Hodge, but at the moment has been unable to quell Hodge, whether he's been off half back or in the midfield.
And this is where it's difficult for the Melbourne defenders. They'll struggle to get run off their half back line because they're tired. The ball's gone into their forward 50 on 14 occasions, into the Hawthorn forward 50 to Melbourne 6, which will allow at least the Hawthorn defenders to be fresh. They'll be able to get some run off their half back line.
Again, the second effort from Everett was terrific. Smith, his ninth possession. Lewis looking for Franklin. And he just controlled it before it went over the line.
Inboard Crow,
who's running, and he's got some competition, but he does well, stands his ground. Crawford's ready to run past Osborne here. Does that now. The former captain, 70 out, just pops it up in front of Williams.
How good was that? He had Uze dropping back into the hole. It was virtually 2 on 3. There was another Hawthorn player somewhere in the equation, but the kick from Crawford was just spot on. Well, have a look at this.
It's almost like they didn't try the
This is unbelievable. What about the spoil? There was no spoil.
No.
You ready to think about a change yet, Sauce, or are you going to stay with him? Eh?
Well, I tell you what, I'd look at the midfield first. That's where the supply's coming from.
Michael Osborne's gone, boys. He's going to be coming off.
He's lining up for his 4th goal, Mark Williams. And he made the goal. That's his second poster. 3 goals, 2 he's kicked.
Gee.
It's amazing. We think of Williams. He's leading the goal kicking. Everyone thinks, oh, well, the big forwards will catch him at some stage during the year.
Well, yeah, it's incredible when you think so far he's kicked 27 goals for the year. He's the next best for Hawthorn. He's 7, which is Spider Everett.
And he kicked 2 goals only in the first 2 matches. So since then, he's been phenomenal.
So the margin, 38 points. We've still got 3 minutes left in the quarter. This is Hawthorn's best quarter of the year. Dangerous kick, but it comes off. So, wonderful effort. Maloney coming in for possession number 4. He kicks across the ground.
Well, the free man up the other end of the ground is Hodge.
Now Bell. Good chase from Bateman. Oh, he just got around him. Now, what's going to happen here? Now, there's a fight on the outer side.
And that's where the 50 happened.
This is Lewis, who had McDonald in a...
Well, that's a second man in, isn't it? Second man in.
And Jordan Lewis just in his first season of footy. And the Melbourne watch the play. Comes across the ground. Nathan Brown a chance for Melbourne. He's got it on half forward. Can he find an option? Gets around Mitchell. Shocking kick along the ground. Beautifully done. Out comes Chris Johnson. Can't control it. Eventually they work it towards half forward. Green a chance. Franklin goes in hard. And they tied up the Hawk defence. And their fans applaud. There's Jordan Lewis. Oh, he's got the job on James McDonald. Did you see that, he said? The umpire said, just calm down, boys. Umpire James. Not getting carried away in the moment. So a bounce inside. Melbourne's attacking 50. What an understatement to say they need a goal. Green missed it. Hodge, another possession. Just hacks it out of the defensive 50. Franklin just tracks it to the line. I reckon he'd be happy with that against Ferguson. Let's have a look at this. Little elbow to the upper arm. Not much in that. There's Lance Franklin.
And Hutto, I think you've got your wish. Luke Williams has gone on to Mark Williams.
Oh, one of the Williams will get it, won't they? Brown. And that's well judged from Osborne.
He's gone, is he, Andy?
He's in trouble, Chris, so they're trying to get him off. Yes, he's coming off right now.
Yeah, over to Hay. He's got Crawford away to his right. Mitchell in the middle. Here comes Williams again, but it's his teammate who'll get there. It's Big Taylor.
Great grab.
Big Solomon Taylor. Some of the stars have been off for Melbourne in the first quarter. Jet White has his turn.
What's the problem down with Osborne, do you think, Andy?
It's either a knee or a hamstring, Chris, so he motioned to that immediately, and it took him about 3 minutes to actually get off the ground.
Well, I was down ahead. I'd put Aaron Davies straight back on the ground right now.
Well, he did well to mark that, Osborne. He was the one that marked it in defensive 50 and started this piece of play.
What about the mark by Taylor?
They've kicked 7 goals, 2 from set shots, and of course the 2 that missed were both posters. So the big man Simon Taylor, I think he kicked his first goal last week in AFL footy. Playing his 6th game. And the Hawks fans behind who have had plenty of reason to jump up in this quarter. Stay down, and some polite clapping rather than the screaming and yelling we've seen so far. 46-7. It's like we've turned the clock back, isn't it, for the Hawks?
Well, their forward line's had plenty of supply. They've had 9 marks taken inside their forward 50, the Hawks.
Gee, they're unfortunately not further in front. As you said, Hunter, with those 2 posters, the Demons working out of defence, although they're still inside their defensive 50. Now he's been called to play on. Nathan Brown. Rivers. The pressure across the midfield is fantastic by Hawthorn. One-on-one football, not giving the Demons a chance to release, and they're just trying to hold on for dear life at the moment, Melbourne. Short kick is dangerous. Bell marks. Pressure from Franklin. As we wind down to quarter time, Melbourne just happy and content just to maintain possession. And there it is, the first quarter. Some exhilarating football from Hawthorn. 7 goals 4 to 1 goal 1. And some of the best football we've seen all year, Steve.
Oh, sensational. It all started in the middle of the ground. Spider Everett and his on ballers Mitchell and Crawford. But the standout of the quarter was Mark Williams with his 3 goals, 2 behinds. And Alistair Clarkson would be absolutely delighted with their start.
All right, we've seen plenty of great goals in this game from the Hawks. Will Aaron Davey come on and kick some? He could add to the fantastic goals we've seen this year in 2005.
It's all or nothing as Essendon takes on Fremantle exclusively live from 2 o'clock at the Telstra Dome.
All aboard the roller coaster now!
The Dockers had success on their last trip to Melbourne, but the Bombers want to send them home empty-handed.
Yeah! Celebrating now!
You want more digital options? Press red to go Fox Footy Active with Clinton Drivers, Jared Healy, Wayne Carey and Wayne Schwass. Bombers and Dockers live at 2, followed by the Swans and Power, the Winners Weekend Wrap, then Pies and Tigers.
Bye, honey.
All good, mate. Wednesday, a hilarious episode of AFL Love Match pits Hawthorn star John Barker and Demon Paul Weekly in a battle of wits to see who is the smoother operator off the field.
You're in trouble.
Rebecca Wilson holds court as the players' relationships are put to the test. AFL Love Match with Rebecca Wilson, Wednesday on Fox Footy Channel.
Neil Danaher, quite rightly, Sos, would have had a lot to say to his charges at quarter time.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And I reckon straight from the midfield, they've been absolutely smashed out of the middle. And this is the difference here, the midfield differences. Disposals 26, contested marks 7, and uncontested marks 21. They've just been absolutely smashed out of the middle.
Well, they haven't waited very long at all to start the second quarter. They are underway already. This is the Melbourne forward line, and Crawford kind of locked down there. Ben Holland.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that before, Hutto. There was a free kick in the centre of the ground. The siren had not started. The siren actually rang once the umpires had called play to begin. I've never seen that before in an AFL game.
Who was the controlling umpire there? Was it Mark Fraser?
I think it may have been Mark Fraser.
One of the others. Oh, he's going to be tested as an umpire, and that's great to see. He's doing well so far. Here's a chance for the Demons. Travis Johnston swings it into McLean. Now, he's got a couple of options, including the big man, Ben Holland. I don't know who was meant to be on him. He gets to the contest, but can't take the mark. Franklin, Holland, Bell. released from the back line. This is Maloney, we know he's a powerful kick, right to the line. Good defensive spoil from Smith. There's Green. Will he stay forward or will he have to go?
It was a good tackle, wasn't it, by Crow?
What should they do with Brad Green, do you think? Sos, would just keep him forward where he's dangerous?
I think you've got to probably at some stage put him in the midfield.
Hodge with the fist.
Just given the fact that their midfielders, that the Demons have really struggled. If I can just go back to that, even starting with their ruckman, White only had one possession in that first quarter. Everett had 7. Crawford was on top with 6. And he had McDonald and also Chris Heffernan go to him. You had Mitchell with 7 possessions. Joel Smith, who went into the midfield with 9. So they're totally dominating out of the midfield. Having said all that, they're also winning the clearances, Hawthorn. 14-2 in that first quarter.
They work it out to Crode from Lewis, who kicks high towards the wing. Robertson, good mark in front of Crawford. Russell Robertson's been pretty quiet, just his first mark. Hasn't had much of an opportunity. The ball hasn't been down there. He was allowed just to run around, just popped it up inside attacking 50. Big pack of players. Godfrey was front and centre and he kicks a goal. Well done, Simon Godfrey. Melbourne second. Defence on that occasion by Hawthorn. They all flew for the mark, Steve. The only one staying down was Godfrey. And just watch it here. Lewis, Jacobs and Hay all going up. And Godfrey was just waiting at the base of the pack just to pop it through. And a much-needed goal to Melbourne to start this second term. It's a long way back, but they've started it in very good style.
Everett and White. Everett again trying to get the ball down to his midfielders who have really been clamped down on now, and they had to be because they dominated. Davies got a reprieve. He's back on the ground. Adjusts the kick. Just not quite to the advantage of Holland. Joel Smith, who's dominated his 10th possession. Perhaps not one of his best. Made the task pretty tough for Lewis. Green surrounded by Hawks, and he persisted and was rewarded. Brock McLean just barges through. Here's Godfrey, tight angle. Bit tougher contract than the last one.
It was a poor kick, but a good sign for the Demons. They've got the last 2 out of the middle, which they failed to do in the first quarter. Having said that, one was from a free kick, but they've got the 2 last centre square bounces out of the middle.
Jacobs, Smith makes the break. He looks up, you'll see Everett. Franklin now makes the lead. Fairly much one-on-one battles ahead. Campbell Brown was mismatched in height there against Jeff White and conceded the free. Campbell Brown took 5 contested marks last week, which was a stunning performance.
Aaron Davey is free at the moment. He's snuck on the ground. First quarter, he was ridden into the ground. He was harassed by Osborne. At the moment, he does not have an opponent. He's got plenty of space.
Yeah, he's deep inside their 50. If they can get it there, they might not be able to. Rees has got great hands. Hodge, Big Taylor, got a loose man. You just have to spot him. He had Vandenberg. Mitchell sees him. That's better. Now in the square, Williams versus Williams. Franklin's charged into the pocket. He'll come into play here and take the mark. And he's a chance from there. Campbell Brown most slightly taking
good effort to score.
Eyes off the ball. He was a bit out of position. Here's Franklin. Can see what's ahead of him. Just tries to work it back, but it wouldn't quite come enough. So the Hawks' first score of the second quarter, 7-5-47 plays 2-2-14. And Lance Franklin, they've flirted with the idea of dropping him, was left out 1 week but was back in as a late change. Played every game so far this year and has been averaging just on 10 possessions a game.
Kick comes in, it's perfect. It got to McLean over the head of Taylor and he's away. Brock McLean, a couple of bounces. He runs through the midfield, delivers long. Green on the lead. Well done by Jacobs, got a fist in there. Smith lends a hand. Well played, Joel Smith. He ties it up. And we'll get a bounce inside attacking 50 for Melbourne.
Well called, Chris. Joel Smith got back to support his teammate there. Really ran hard back. Once the ball went over his head, was able to wrap Green up.
Holland against Hay. Spills White, Uze. Kicks towards goal. Oh, just strength there from Trent Crowe. Now brings Hodge into it. He's been prolific. Hodge in for possession number 11. Kicks out in front of his captain, who marks, and he's away. Well played, the Hawks. Short, Taylor on a long lead. Good pressure coming from Ferguson. Vandenberg ran straight at the player. Well played. At the base of the pack, McDonald, and he'll get the free kick. So he's been reasonably quiet, James McDonald. Normally picks up a lot of possessions, just his third. Johnston around Taylor, kick towards Hawthorn. Robertson out in front. Crowe the spoil, play on's the call. Holland couldn't pick it up. Will he get a high tackle? No. Crowe. Now Mitchell has been fantastic. Handball back, conceding ground to Crawford. He's also been very good, Shane Crawford. Possession number 7, and the Hawks work it out. Mitchell kept running. Now White and Everett. Now what's happened here? There's a free kick coming back here to...
Soft free kick there.
To Jeff White on the wing.
Who's got Davey loose. They sorted out together, and now he looks up. He's got Robinson right back in the square. That's a very shortest of short passes to Brad Green. He's right on the cusp here, isn't he, of being able to make the distance from there.
I thought he marked that pretty much outside the 50. The man on the marks now has been asked to stand 2 metres inside.
And kicks from just outside. Not on line. And the Hawks defence happy to concede on this occasion. Melbourne edge up to 2-3-15. And Brad Green's kicked 1 goal too.
Well, they got some control anyway in this second quarter, the Demons. They've been inside their forward 50 on 7 occasions.
Melbourne just won as Bateman. Handball back to Jacobs. Oh, gee, it was a poor handball, but Crowe was up to the task of mopping up, and a good kick finds Clark. Play on football. Lewis delivers towards Reese. Bizzle did very well. Roughhead in from the side. Well played, Jared Roughhead. Oh, Dixon's got a big chance here. Can he mark? No. Great defence by Williams and also Ferguson. They track it to the line, and there's still a chance for Demons. Good stuff though by Dixon. He wraps it up, and umpire Fraser calls for it.
Good forward pressure by Dixon.
It was. I thought for a moment he was certainly best positioned there, but Williams did very well to get across and affect the spoil. So half forward for the Hawks. In the bounce, play on the call. Taylor is able to keep it in towards Crawford. Handball towards Clark. Can he gather? He can. Oh, brilliantly done, Tim Clark. Kick a goal, son! And he does! Great stuff by Hawthorn. Keeping the momentum going. And some real skill there from Tim Clark, deep in the pocket. And the margin back out to 38 points.
And that was that slap back by Taylor. Well, it was a poor bounce, but the slap back towards the middle of the ground, and fantastic composure by Clark. Bit of quick footwork there, but more importantly, slotting the goal.
Spider Everett off. There's Jeff White. Tim Clark, career best form at the moment. 26 disposals and 2 goals last week. He's been a great story of the year for the Hawks. They've had some some great improvers and some promising young players. Some old blokes that aren't going half bad as well. Ben Holland's another one whose career's been rejuvenated the last couple of weeks. He's finding the going considerably tougher this afternoon without Meeks and Miller alongside him. Brilliantly done by Shane Crawford. Wrapped him up. Fierce tackling and reaps the reward.
Ben Holland almost threw that ball out before.
He had to beat a couple there, Crawford. That was fantastic play.
Dangerous kicks to Mitchell. Johnston with the spoils. Hawthorn mistake. Melbourne goal. Once again, tempers getting a little frayed. Visions here of
Gubby Allen.
Well, yeah, Gubby Allen, but also I was thinking of a collision. I thought those two were going to collide like Jeff Thompson and Alan Turner did back in the 1976 Test against Pakistan.
Gee, you are old, hello. quick reply for Melbourne. The kick across the ground from Crawford missed the mark, so margin 32 points. Wasn't a great bounce. Taylor got it down. Crawford out wide. Well done, Brown. He stood up in the tackle. Well played, Taylor. Now Jonathan Hay running from fullback, ran a long way and then coughed it up. Poor kick. McDonald marks at half back. Now he's got a loose player out on the wing. It's Ben Holland. In space, he's allowed to play or needs to use it effectively here. Looking for Robertson. Great stuff from Holland. Robertson on the lead. And a chance now to kick consecutive goals for Melbourne for the first time in the match.
Well, they've been able to give their forwards some supply this quarter, and once again finding some free players up the ground. And Robertson has been relatively quiet in this game. Needs to kick this one.
Just his second kick from inside 50, across the face, and in fact, it's not even going to make it. Jacobs marks. So he'll be disappointed with that, Russell Robertson. Short kick and the mark taken by Hodge.
He swings in the Campbell Brown direction, just around the edges. The Hawks not quite as polished as they were. Maloney setting it up. Look at Robertson go, and Green. Oh, Green came in over the top. Well, it's been odd. Something's happened off the ball. They're into it.
It was Campbell Brown. He was pretty unlucky not to get a free kick, I reckon, in the previous passage. He was certainly held without it.
They've got some pretty quiet, calm customers, the Hawks, haven't they? Like Richie Vandenberg and Campbell Brown.
They've certainly fired up, but there has been a bit of spite in this game.
There's a bit of spark now for the Demons anyway. And Brad Green, who's kicked 1 goal, 2 so far, just needs to convert, and the pressure's going to swing back a little bit on the Hawks. Just a little bit. Just easing the squeeze a fraction for Neil Danaher, who's still got the job ahead of them.
Look, they've started to win the football. They've been able to get a number of clearances, and they're giving their forwards some opportunity. And at the moment, the Hawthorn defenders are under pressure, which they weren't in that first quarter. The ball hardly got up into their forward or their back defence, Hawthorn, and Melbourne forwards were cold. At the moment, they've had enough ball to go in there to give them some opportunity.
And that's Campbell, Brown and McLean getting involved. Melbourne 3 goals to 1 as Peter Everett sits down, takes a breather.
Is there anything wrong with Spider Everett, Andy?
No, he's 100%, Hutto.
Taylor in his absence doing the ruck work. He got it to Crawford. White eventually gets it out. Osborne back on the ground and scrambles a kick towards half forward. Out comes Franklin. Got some zip, some athletic ability. Well done, Lance Franklin. Smith has been fantastic. Kick towards Williams. He's one out here. Oh, getting back though, Bell. Play was the call.
Oh, no.
Williams snaps at goal and misses.
That had to be marked. He controlled the ball in the air.
Well, it wasn't paying umpire James there, saying and calling play on, and Melbourne didn't pay the price. The kick from Williams missed.
Come back and have a look at that if we can shortly. Meantime, Luke Williams blasts away for the wing. Rivers has got to go here. He did go, but hasn't got much ground support. Now, was that wrapped in underneath? Did he tuck it under? Is he going to be penalised? The affirmative. Jared Ruffhead, the man who has to reluctantly give it up. Jared Rivers. He's got Bizzle pushing for him. He's running out of defence. Down to the left of screen. Up ahead, there's not much. Russell Robertson trying to give some movement. Otherwise, he's, well, forced to go. That is barely the distance. In fact, it wasn't the distance. And Bizzle soon found that out. Back to Rivers, who guides his left foot. Did pretty well. Showed quite a bit of composure there to get it to McLean. Again, Jeff White is down there trying to give them something across half forward, but he's not going to fly for this. He stays at the front and gets a chance, but he's overwhelmed. Hawks crowed, overrunning it. Green paddles, but only the advantage of Vandenberg. Now the Hawks can link up. Everett's kick for Dixon. Again, it wasn't perfect. Allowed Wheatley in. The change up through the middle. Crawford couldn't get the spoil on. Demons trying to move it on at all costs. Now, not sure why it's coming back.
He was a bit lucky there. I reckon he played on and threw it.
As it turned out, Russell Robinson's taken a contender for the non-mark of the week. wasn't a bad one. Here's the one from earlier with Daniel Bell.
It had to be a mark.
Meantime, back in Gotham City, Bell's got the ball. He's got a man. No one near Chris Heffernan.
Unbelievable.
Have a look at this. Into the pocket. Good strong lead from Uze.
And Heffernan got free. He came off the interchange bench and replaced McDonald, and the Hawthorn players weren't aware of it. This is the result.
Well, we talked about Adam Uze. He's played the forward role this year. 16 goals coming into today. 14th, in fact, on the AFL goal-kicking tally. He's kicked a goal in all but one game. That until now. He hasn't been able to score a goal yet, but this would really turn up the heat on the Hawks, and that doesn't. Still off the boil, Melbourne, but they are starting to score.
Well, they are, and Hutto, it's amazing how this game has swung. Inside 50s, this quarter is 12-4.
Jacobs at fullback, margin back to 26 points. It was 39 at quarter time. Gee, dangerous kick. Why would you kick short to someone who's manned up rather than you might as well kick 60 metres to a contest?
Yeah, that's true. But this is pressure. These Hawthorn defenders now are under pressure.
So a boundary throw in. Everett back on the ground. White was up high, and what's going to happen here? Free kick to Everett. Interference against White. So a moment of relief for the Hawks. Jacobs, Bateman, and they transfer play effectively. Crode has been pretty good. Trent Crode chips further afield. Hodge coming in for possession number 13. He had 30 last week in the Hawks' loss to West Coast. He's been in career best form. It's only been a short career, but it's shaping up. It was a very impressive one. A dangerous kick across the ground. Jacobs. And Hawthorn now under pressure, much like Melbourne were in the opening quarter. Not much happening for Jacobs, although now Bateman runs for him. He marks at half-back. Now Mitchell getting involved. Starting to run at the Hawks. Mitchell long towards Crawford. Over his head. Can he run onto it? No, the Melbourne defence are there in number. Chance for Reese. Trying to extract it from between the legs of Bizzle. Godfrey. Clark. Now Brown, who just hoists it goalward. Dixon one out in the goal square, and he's got it and kicks a goal. A free kick against Williams to Williams.
Poor old Ben Dixon.
Against Mark to Luke. And Luke Williams will take the free kick in the back pocket.
Goes to Johnston. And a long call up the wing from Godfrey. Couldn't get it that far. Instead to Maloney. That was laconic. But he got away with it somehow. Weakly into the middle. McLean wanted to go. He had no one to give it to. He just strolls into space. And that's where he kicks it. Green and Robertson, the two targets.
Oh, well done.
Athletic work by Crode, and he's got good support. The ground crew, Hay, Mitchell. And now Everett. Williams makes his move. Rees went with him. No free kick either way. Bateman lurking in his 50th. Gets up somehow. Chance Bateman delivered well. Rees just pushed off balance.
Jim Clark was ahead of the play too. Didn't see him.
Did well there, Bateman. Win the ball and get to his feet.
Unhappy Hawk fan.
Been a little quieter this afternoon, Chance Bateman. 7 possessions. He's been averaging almost 22 this year. Everett farming it down. Great effort, but the effort from Hodge only results in out on the full. Hodge leading all comers, 14 possessions.
Now umpire James coming in, I reckon he thought it may have bounced just before it hit the behind post. And that's why umpire James has come in consulting with the goal and boundary umpires just to clarify the situation.
I think they might be trying to say it hit the base of the post sort of simultaneously.
Perhaps.
Or was it a Yelka?
The free kick will stand to Wheatley. He chips short. Maloney, leading possession winner for the Demons with 10. Normally kicks it long, doesn't let us down. Penetrating kick. Franklin going back with the float, almost a good mark. Well done by White. Somehow to Ferguson, who squeezes the kick upfield towards Holland. Godfrey over the top there. We'll give it to Davey, and Melbourne are away here. Aaron Davey with blistering speed runs to 50 to the goal square. Oh, what a goal! Great stuff from Aaron Davey. Will that inspire his teammates? And the margin back to 20 points. And Melbourne have worked their way back into it. And Steve, let's have a look at this piece of magic again.
Well, this is talent, isn't it? You can't beat that. That is speed and skill at its best. And the Demons have taken that from a free kick on the point post at the other end of the ground and transfer it for a goal. That was the result of a free kick. Correct call.
All right, Melbourne back in business. Aaron Davey back in business. Johnston in the ruck, beaten for it, pointlessly though. Down to Hodge, laid it off beautifully. Osborne, roughhead. Franklin missed it. Clark was held for a moment. Ladson, Ferguson. Again, Hawks prevailing with sheer numbers. Vandenberg goes down in a heap after he kicked it out on the full. He's in a little bit of trouble by the look of that. Was he just annoyed with himself? Touch, says the umpire. So it's a throw in the pocket.
Need a steady of the Hawks.
They do.
Well, they've been put under pressure, haven't they, by the Demons? A much better quarter by the Demons.
Everett tried to get it down towards Crawford, but Brock McLean was in the road. To Johnston versus Campbell Brown. Snooked it and just shoved out of action. He goes hard again, but Williams standing out strong now, looking up well at McLean. Demons on the break. He's got Godfrey away to his right. Goes longer to Robertson. It wasn't a well-placed kick.
Good chase from Tim Clark and tackle.
And now Crowe can help the Hawks reload. Ladson looks like he's almost going the wrong way. But he swings it nicely. He knew what he was doing. Smith could have gone to Hodge. Goes longer for Rees, who was the lead up forward there. He's got Crawford inside. Crawford could run and kick to the leading Dixon.
Oh, good mark.
That number 19 leading out. Crawford kicking it to him. I thought for a moment Jason Dunstall was back playing again. And again, he's got a little bit too much hair, hasn't he?
Let's have a shot, doesn't he? 35 out. He's a good kick.
Six goals for the year. You can make it 7. Oh, with authority, Ben Dixon. A wonderful kick and a timely one.
Yeah, I always wonder why players lead to a player that is a very good kick for goal, and Ben Dixon is. He is a very good kick. Okay, probably not on his preferred side, but he's 35 metres out, 40 metres out. Go back and have a shot as he did.
And Paul Johnson on the ground for the Demons. Bounce. Didn't get high. Everett got it down. Maloney. Scrappy kick out of the centre. Chance for Jacobs. Osborne, who's recovered well. Kick towards half forward. Out comes Roughhead. Couldn't control it. At the fall, Ladson chips it further afield. Crawford running back has paid the mark.
Yeah, there's an issue here with Mark Fraser and his bouncing.
Crawford kicks to Williams, and Williams has got it in exactly the same position that Dixon kicked Hawthorn's previous goal.
We hope he goes well, Mark Fraser, but a couple of we know, and he's admitted during the week that the bouncing is there of his umpiring he has to work on. Let's hope he can get it right from now on.
Yeah, it was a poor bounce. This is it.
So Mark Williams.
Having said that, I've seen worse, Hutto.
Yeah, just no height.
He's a beautiful kick, Mark Williams, and he just pushes it across the face. He's kicked 3 goals 4. So before today, he had 24-12 and 3 goals 4 this afternoon for the Hawks spearhead.
No one on Jared Rivers, so he says thank you very much, I'll take that. Johnson breaks for him. Robertson presenting. That's a terrific battle at the moment against Trent Crowe. And very agile work that time from Robertson and by Big Johnson. Linking up eventually with Maloney. We know he can go. He's got the 3rd number of inside 50s in the AFL, despite the fact that he's missed 2 games this year. Joel Smith's playing superb footy today. Crawford goes out wide and fires Vandenberg. Again, Spider, who's really working hard, presenting on the wing. This time he chooses Mitchell instead. Through the middle, they link up well. Letson.
Great tackle.
That's the danger of Davey. He's created an opportunity which could yet be a goal. Mark or free kick, whichever one you like. And Big Ben to go back and have the shot for goal.
Well, great tackle. Chase Aaron Davey. Resulted in the turnover.
He's such a menace, isn't he, Aaron Davey?
He's just
got the ball.
He's been freed up this quarter, hasn't he? Just found a bit of space.
Well, here's Ben Holland, kicked 5 goals a couple of weeks ago. Just one last week, but was pretty influential with his tap work and his assists. Needs to kick this one. And he's got pretty good contact with that one. Right away, the Demons, they're hanging on. Just hanging on in there. And the margin is 21.
And here it is. You can't beat this type of play. It's team lifting, it's hard work, but it was great that Melbourne got a very good result out of it, and Ben Holland should be delighted with the chase and tackle of Aaron Davey.
So Melbourne 5-3, Hawthorn 2-3 for the quarter. Good bounce. Now a chance for McLean. Travis Johnston, look out. Oh, great chase and tackle. And it's been rewarded. Luke Brennan. In just his 5th game of football. Out wide, Ladson. Oh, short kick. It was. Straight to McLean.
Yeah,
this could be costly because McLean's kick is absolutely perfect to Holland. Very open Melbourne forward line. Johnston. Can he get it to Green? Yes, he can. Well, it's 2 mistakes from Rick Ladson in the last minute. And we talked before the match, Steve and Hutto, about the fact that Hawthorn have conceded goals in the last 2 and 3 minutes of quarters, and they've done it again here with 2 mistakes from Ladson. Opportunity for Brad Green to make them really pay.
Well, he had Clark, a little 15-metre kick. All he needed to do was hit him. But the kick, the turnover, well, they hurt.
So Brad Green has kicked 2 goals too, playing up forward permanently this afternoon in the absence of Miller and Neitz. Difficult opportunity from outside 50. Oh, it's a superb kick. He does make them pay. And Melbourne, with 2 late goals, have narrowed the margin right on half-time, back to just 15 points after the Hawks led by 39 points at quarter time.
Yes, and it's been partly some mistakes by Hawthorn, but it's been the Demons' work rate in this quarter. They've had a very good quarter, and Brad Green, well, he stood up for him. That is a great goal. 3 goals too.
Yeah, he's been and played that role very well.
And they'd be delighted, wouldn't they, Neil Danny, that he resisted the temptation to put him into the midfield.
Only because you suggested
well,
it.
I thought that
no one else thought they should do it.
He would have to think about it at least. Anyway, half time at the MCG. And Hawthorn 9-7-61 lead Melbourne 7-4-46. But we've got a ball game, so.
Oh, we have. They've ended up kicking 6 goals to 3 in that quarter, the Demons, and they started to win some ball. That was the most important thing. They won it out of the middle and around the ground. They gave their forwards some opportunity, and as a result, they were able to get some score on the scoreboard.
Well, there's no love lost between these two sides. Still some words as they make their way from the ground. Half time, and the margin is 15 after an interesting first half of the G.
Monday on the couch, 2 of the brightest young coaches in the AFL. Geelong's Mark Thompson and outspoken Fremantle boss Chris Connolly sit down with Jared, Mike and Robert. After a stellar 2004, Thompson's Cats are primed for bigger things, while Connolly's Dockers are the sleeping giants. Find out their blueprint to success on the couch, live and exclusive, Monday, 8:30 Eastern.
You're gonna die!
I've never seen anything like this. His ex is a menace. He just refuses to drink any other bourbon. You know what we're witnessing here tonight? We're witnessing a man staying true to the world's finest bourbon.
You ever notice how all the best shows are on at the same time? Sport, Discovery. Sport, Discovery. Fellas. Now you can record 2 shows at once using Foxtel IQ. Sport and the Discovery Channel at the same time. You can even pause and rewind live TV. Can your TV do that? You bet. It's Foxtel IQ, the smartest thing to ever happen to your TV. Sport Discovery. Sport Discovery. Call 131 999 now or visit selected Myer stores.
Wednesday, in another exclusive Fox Footy feature, Wayne Schwass discovers that the 2004 AFLPA Indigenous Camp encompassed much more than football. 40 of the AFL's Indigenous stars embark on a journey of discovery where they're exposed to the rich culture of local communities and made aware of social responsibilities.
On some communities, it's a matter of life and death.
A special community-round Fox Footy feature, the 2004 Indigenous Players Camp, Wednesday on Fox Footy Channel.
And there's a few high flyers in action this afternoon. Jeff White is one of them. Let's have a look at the engine room so far. The midfield stats, Sauce, what do you make of those? Certainly in the first quarter they're even more sideways than that.
Well, yes, and look, it's the clearances that have really probably got Hawthorn in front. They dominated that area, and there is plenty happening off the ball at the moment.
As there has been all day. Second half is underway from the MCG. Doing until that free kick, a high tackle, and Mitchell sharing with Bateman. Spider Everett, who's pushing forward and trying to test out Jeff White's defensive skills. Crawford and Williams both advancing, and you can see the result. The space, McLean, he had Mitchell and Hodge surrounding him. Oh, don't tell me, no. Just for a moment, I thought that may have been possible, but it wasn't.
And just looking at some matchups in the Melbourne forward line, Hay has gone to Green, Brown, Uze, and Jacobs has got Ben Holland.
So Wheatley waiting to get play underway, not too much on for him. So little kick to himself and just dangerous kick, but Johnston's up to it. He marks in half-back for Melbourne. Travis Johnston, 8 possessions in the first half, a couple of critical ones though. Normally very effective with his use. Now he's called to play on. So he just chips short to Holland, a long way from home. Jacobs with the task on Hollands. This time he kicks longer towards half forward. Franklin, and almost a clever mark to Ferguson. Tim Clark does very well, chips in. Well done, Tim Clark. Bateman, Franklin, the handball too fierce. Now a chance for Ferguson, gets it to Godfrey. Was he taken high? Yes. So free kick to Godfrey. Johnston kicked inside attacking 50. Play on's the call. It was touched. Osborne did very well to get boot the ball. Now pressure on Jacobs. He's got Smith in support and also Osborne. And the Hawks out of trouble.
They are, and Franklin, look at him just ease. Go up a gear to Crone. And now Mitchell, still Crawford running for him, but he found the space beautifully and uses the forward space, or tried to get Rees. Wheatley doubling back, but he's infringed in the meantime.
It was good usage by the Hawks, wasn't it, across their half back line. Were able to feed the ball, and the Mitchell quickly into their forward 50 has put Wheatley under enormous pressure.
The replay showing the reason for the free pretty clearly. So Nick Rees, who's noted as a handball expert more than a kicking one, and again his foot skills not quite up to the mark on that occasion. McDonald. Now Johnston. The red boots. Used to reasonable effect. Bizzle's hands, though, weren't used very well. Maloney. He's such a straight-ahead player. Gets it to Holland. Jacobs with Everett and Smith in support. Just trying to barge through. Left a few in his wake. So did Jacobs. Osborne stretching the handball wide.
Got a Hodge free if he gets it up.
And that's where he goes. Now Joel Smith. He's within range. He was.
Great chase.
Daniel Bell. Take a bow.
So Bell with the free kick. McDonald chips inside the centre square. Maloney again. He drives at the centre half forward. Crowd with courage going back. Couldn't get there. Now a chance for Davey, although it's spilled to Osborne. He didn't try to make any attempt whatsoever. Play on's the call, and McLean will kick a goal for Melbourne. So well done, Melbourne. And Michael Osborne just couldn't quite release the football, and he's shaken. And the goal to McLean, and all of a sudden it's back to 10 points, and this is what started it.
No doubt. Exactly that. That is hard chasing, hard running. Coaches love that. They were able to transfer the ball, get it in their forward line quickly. Long kick to the hot spot. And this forward pressure by Robertson, able to release White. Goal for the Demons.
It's on in earnest now at the MCG. Margin back to 10. White and Everett eye each other out off, and now Everett gets the tap. Travis Johnston charging through. Dispossessed Crawford. Johnston goes again. Smith. Manhandle? No. Giving it plenty. Right to the goal square. The Demons. Uze down there, but Campbell Brown. A timely fist. Uze kept his balance even if he didn't keep his feet. Green back to Davey. Aaron Davey just across the face.
Yeah, I've just been keeping my eye on Jeff White. He is pushing forward, and Spider Everett at the moment just can't keep up with him.
We'll keep watching that one closely.
Jacobs to Hodge. Melbourne have kicked 6 of the last 7 goals. He kicks out very wide, but Clark's marked. There's a lead on from Roughhead. Made a lot of ground, but the spoil from Rivers was pretty good. And together, they bundle it over the line. And there's the long kicks for the quarter. Melbourne, long kicking specialists. They lead the competition in effective long kicks. So boundary thrown between wing and half forward for the Demons. White just takes it out, hacks it to a central location. Jacobs got to get release of the football quickly. He does to Crawford. Sweeping handball to Smith. The kick from Smith is perfect. And coming out, Rees is marked. He's outside 50. Needs to find a target, and he does. On the burst, Mark Williams. And he had a pretty quiet second quarter. He kicked 2 behinds. He kicked 3 goals too in the opening quarter. And it was well set up by Crawford. And Joel Smith with his run through the midfield has been a major factor in Hawthorn's position at this stage. But Mark Williams.
Big kick this one, Chriso.
It certainly is. They need to try and stem the flow. From 45 he comes in. The goal umpire doesn't move. Hawthorn get one back. So Mark Williams has his 4th, 4 goals for his tally of the afternoon. and they need to probably kick another one just to try and settle things down.
They probably do, but this was a good build-up. They look very good when they run the ball off that half-back line, the quick breaks. Then they've got those smaller leading forwards that are able to run onto the ball, and this one, Mark Williams is the best man in the business.
Well, there's Davey and Osborne, all the Hawks. All the Hawks set up behind Peter Everett, and they came charging out of the middle, and that should be 50 almost against Rees. He was very late on the scene. Jumping into Williams, it won't be, as you can see. Davey pushing right up the ground. Here's Davey again. Breaking clear. Aaron Davey to centre half forward. Not great service for Robertson. 4 Hawks to contend with. He did well to get boot to ball, but Campbell Brown playing in front. Uses Bateman. Bateman again.
Good running, isn't it?
Dixon's running for them at half forward, but the handball missed the target. Bateman looking back saying, well, they've had a free, but the umpire says throw it in.
Well, good pressure by Bell. Didn't concede.
68 to 53. Mitchell again able to extract it from the throw-in. Bateman charging through. Clark, Mitchell, here they go. Hodge. They link up beautifully through the middle. Now Osborne can kick it to the leading man out of the square. Williams couldn't hang on to it that time. Ferguson, Maloney, good tackle Williams. Play on. No, he's paid the free. Crawford came through and kicked it behind. So that in some ways could have given away 50, but that was the second part, was the high tackle.
Geez, had he just not continued through with the tackle, they were away, the Hawks. Virtually a certain goal. But aren't they exciting off half-back when they release the footy? Quick hands, strong running through the corridor.
Luke Hodge up to 20 possessions for the Hawks.
Felt the Hawk fans expressing their disappointment. Maloney's got an inside defence of 50. That's what's ahead of him. Typically, he just bangs long towards half-forward. Holland in front at the back. First back will be Hodge. Look out, Davies on his hammer. He sweeps the handball out wide. Rough head. Now Brown's away. One bounce. Got Crawford running for him. He ignores that. Wants to go more centrally. Long towards full forward. Williams has got to beat a couple here. Almost did. Chance for Luke Williams. Handball over the top's okay. Ferguson now for the Demons. Chips to Wheatley. Building here the Demons. Long towards half forward. Robertson on a long lead. Marks on his chest. Within scoring range.
Been quiet today, Russell Robinson. Croder's done a fantastic job. You just sense if this man can just snag a couple of goals, just get involved a little bit more, their forward line will just create a bit of mayhem for these Hawthorn defenders. He's been kept very quiet by Trent Crode.
3 marks coming in for possession number 6. Hasn't kicked the goal. And a couple of valuable things. A great tackle earlier that resulted in a goal. He comes in from outside 50, swings it back. They'll contest in the goal square. Uze up. Oh, Jeff White's marked it. Uze was the climb from the back. But gee, Steve, that's a sin to let someone mark in the goal square.
It is, but it was great play by Jeff White. I watched him early in the game. He sat out at centre half forward. This is the first time he's gone deep to the goal square, which forces Spider Everett to the goal square.
He comes in and kicks a goal. Margin back to 9 points.
And just to get back to that, Michael, by White going to the goal square, it forces Everett to the goal square, but what it does, it basically opens up the hole for someone to lead to as well. Now what will happen, the Hawthorn defenders will be focused on White being deep in the goal square. The hole will open up ahead.
Irresistible force at the moment, the Demons. This is the thing that's keeping the Hawks going. This stuff out of the middle. Everett with his second effort again gets them in quickly. Wheatley's just had to get rid of it in time. Maloney, who's been terrific again, his 16th possession. But somehow, I just don't understand it. The opposition continuing to allow Luke Hodge to be the free man. It's just phenomenal. Great service that time via Jacobs to Mitchell. And now Reese. Crode. No, they got nowhere that time, the Hawks. Out of bounds on the wing.
They're away too, Hawthorn. Good running from Crode. Reese's kick just didn't quite hit the mark.
White and Everett arrive on the scene. See Mitchell being watched closely down in front. McLean and Smith. Brown and Clark. Mitchell. Everett there on the floor.
Well, they've got one extra number around the ball at the moment, Melbourne. Luke Hodge has actually dropped back into the Hawthorn defensive 50.
And he's free, as you said. That should mean that Melbourne have a spare man around the contest. Some hanging on. And it's a Hawthorn ball going to Everett. He's got a loose man at half forward. Instead, he can swing it in. He's going to use Hodge. There he is. They've worked the overlap beautifully. Jacobs floating up from defence. Oh, goes for Crawford. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Roughhead kept it alive for the Hawks. And a ball up out of all that.
Bad decision making, wasn't it? He could have run in another 15, 20 metres, had a shot at goal, but he's opted for the little short pass and was unable to hit his target.
Things just coming, as I said, just away at the seams a bit for the Hawks at the moment. Everett palming into a potentially dangerous area. Joel Smith. Mitchell. It was a terrific effort. Now the margin is back to an even 10 points.
They really should get it away here, the Demons, once they huddle.
Wheatley kicks dangerously to McLean. Pressure from Crawford, from Mitchell, but a very good mark from Brock McLean. And he wants to bring it back to the top of his defensive goal square, and he does it effectively. Wheatley now affects the transfer of play to Rivers. Franklin on the ground. Now, not much to go to here for Jared Rivers. As you can see, Hawthorn control the numbers. Eventually, he gets a short option, and well done by Sylvia. Chipping into space. Further afield, Wheatley, who kicked out from fullback, plays on. He's a thumping kick ordinarily and does it across the ground. Jeff White providing the lead, couldn't quite hold on at ground level. Osborne, he mops up and he transfers the play. Mark Williams, he's a long way from home, but he's away in space. He has two bounces. I think he can sense a goal here, Mark Williams. He kicks onto the lead, lads, and Mark's in the pocket. And he chips back to his captain. Vandenberg wastes no time, plays on and kicks it across the face and misses everything, does he? No, he scrapes it into one behind. And at times, Steve, you've got to go back and kick the goal.
Well, you just need to. You're within range. Why play on? Go back, have a shot.
Hawks have been so close in so many matches this year, and I'm sure that would be somewhere in the back of the mind of Alistair Clarkson. And certainly will give the Demons some hope. They trailed by 11, but they are right in the thick of this. Wheatley, 10-10 plays 9-5 at the MCG. Sylvia, a man who's shown fantastic form at the secondary level, but hasn't quite been able to produce it at the senior AFL level yet, but maybe that'll come. Bizzle trying to intrude into the forward line. It's a low floating kick. Tough one for Green to handle. Look at all the Hawks. Crawford. No one coming at him. No one presenting. Off the side of the boot a little bit. A wandering kick in the Everett direction. And no one got near him to spoil. There's loose men everywhere. Oh, no mark. But Williams will kick a goal anyway. Oh, no, he doesn't. Boy, they don't come much more in your face than that. He just had to get the angle right. Didn't quite get it.
This is the spoil, and then it's the mark up the other end. Was it a mark? Wasn't it?
Hawthorn fans, some advice. Johnston, Ferguson. No one stands the mark, so handball to Brown. Handball to Heffernan. Melbourne working out of defence too easily. Kick out wide. Uze well in front of Brown. He has to prop on weight. Chip towards Green. Can Hay get there this time? No. And Brad Green is marked. 35. He'll kick from 40 metres. Chance to narrow the margin to just 6 points. They just pulled it. They just got it out of worked it out of defence too easily on that occasion. Brad Green has been a productive forward. He's kicked 3 goals too. And this will be the closest Melbourne have been if he can convert since the early stages of the first quarter. He kicked the opening goal of the match, but it was all Hawthorn after that. He comes in and he tries to work it back, but he misses. So a couple of misses at either end of the ground, and the margin in favour of Hawthorn back to 11 points. 3 goals, 3 the tally for Brad Green.
Danny Jacobs goes to Shane Crawford. But Hay. Rees just further afield. Wasn't it? Great kick, boy. Gave Sylvia a good look at it, but good strong work from Rees, and now they can generate off half-back. Guess who's involved in the link? Luke Hodge.
Oh, that's a great
kick. 3 again. Thumping kick. Ferguson put on all sorts of pressure. He gives it away, and Brennan will go back and have a shot.
I'll tell you what put the Melbourne defender under pressure. It was the Hodge kick. It was perfectly placed, and Ferguson had to try and find body.
That's a free kick 8 days of the week.
Yeah, it was.
Ferguson was arguing the point.
But it was a kick by Hodge. Sensational.
Well, again, you just ponder how he can get free so often playing there. 24 possessions for the day for Hodge. Young Brennan gets his head beautifully over the ball and guides it through. Big one for the Hawks. Back to 17. They're 11-11-77 to 9-6-60.
And Michael, you'd understand this. There is nothing worse when a kick comes in like this, long and direct. You are under pressure as a defender, as Ferguson was there.
Yeah. Very difficult. That's what Hawthorn have done. Different stages of the match. Got the ball in very quickly. Jared Roughhead kicked 2 goals in the opening quarter. Franklin and Rivers involved. So back in the centre. Perfect bounce. White wins it out. McLean well tackled immediately at the base of the pack by Jordan Lewis. And we'll get a secondary bounce. Margin 17 points. Hawks led by 39 points at quarter time. Everett, deft touch, and then he just kicks hurriedly, only as far as Sylvia. Pristine white boots as he kicks towards Uze. Brown just stalks him. Well done, Campbell Brown. Dives on the football, then knocks it to the advantage of Ladson. A little over the head handball was effective. Bateman. Handball didn't get to Brown. Intercepted by Godfrey. White, now Godfrey again. The Demons a real chance here. Oh, good tackle on Heffernan. Spills to Holland. Great play by Hodge. It was a fantastic smother. Johnston handballing it goalward. Brown just knocks it through in desperation. And that was a great contest there. The Melbourne forwards worked very hard to keep it in. But the pressure was...
The smother was a beauty.
Wasn't it? Cracker, wasn't it?
Bateman the target on the kick in this time. He's got Smith. And still a loose man across half-back. Cross ahead. Could have gone to. Waited a long time before eventually settling on Osborne. Not impressed with any of the immediate options at the moment. Waiting till he sees something better.
Oh, look out.
He's got no one to link up with now. Wrong way, go back? No. He goes for Campbell Brown. Crawford in to lend a hand. And somehow they might get out of this. Osborne, he's got a loose man ahead of him if he can help it on in the general direction. He didn't get any support. It was Luke Brennan that needed to come in and apply for Shepherd. Couldn't get there in time. Ferguson. Green's got a loose man. It's young Chris Johnson. Uze pushing back to the square. Doesn't get there. Hay leaves it for Hodge. Uze, he's not going to give up though.
good's that? McLean! Oh!
Boundary throw in, it's out of bounds.
What a spoil sport.
The boundary umpire called it. I'm not sure whether the goal umpire actually made the decision, but the boundary umpire
Tell you what,
was
it
caught
was
a
very
long way
close.
behind.
Gee. It's a big call, isn't it? As they say in the context of the game. Brilliant palming work from Everett, but it might end up in a Melbourne goal. Oh, Brett Green! He's done it! What a wonderful kick! He's got 4. They just didn't clear the area, the Hawks. And whenever he's somewhere near goal, Brett Green can be deadly.
And that was out of bounds, but can we just go back? The result of this goal, really, it started with Travis Johnson's tackle out on the wing. He's chased and tackled, 2 on to 1, but that is a super goal from Brad Green. Great play, Demons.
It certainly was. Luke Brennan was a little confused. He didn't know whether to help Shepherd or try and get on the end of it, and there it is.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic.
And the Melbourne coaching box. Some now concerns for the Hawks. Clearances 17-4 in favour of the Hawks. There's another one as Hodge kicks towards half forward. Franklin has got it somehow.
He's got Everett running forward.
And he sees him out wide, and the kick gets there. And good play from Peter Everett. Gee, I tell you what, it's great to see your ruckman doing that, contesting hard in the middle, just sprinting forward.
And it's look, they've done it. Both of them have done it. Both White and Everett. They've tried. Both ruckmen have tried to push forward as much as they can. And Everett was able to get free on this occasion.
Last year's best and fairest winner comes in and he's left out to the left. So I tell you what, Hawthorn's inaccuracy now starting to cost them. 11-12 plays 10-7, so they've had 6 more scoring shots. Their lead's only 11 points.
2-5 to 3-3 in fact for the quarter. Bell marks the kick in. Couple of short options for him. Settles on Johnson. Chris Johnson, his father Alan was a fine halfback come wingman for the Demons. Sylvia in the Robertson direction. Again, just too many Hawks. Joel Smith having a bit of a Saturday stroll. Can send it to Crawford and he is away. He might go all the way. No, he goes for the pass. Thought he perhaps could have gone long to goal. Here's a chance though for Big Lance. High one. Who wants to stand under that? Who wants to put their body on the line? Johnston's there.
He's gone. No, he got it out.
Mitchell, Tim Clark, Bell.
Oh, geez, that was
Johnson, composed, wasn't it? Out to McLean. Cruel bounce. Bateman. Just bang it in there quick. The whistle downfield. Oh, it could result in a Hawthorn goal. Crawford coming off for a bit of work.
It was the bump after he kicked the ball.
The crowd want the return of the shotgun. Keeps his head very steady, and he's mine, and he's put it straight through. And the Hawks will not be denied.
No, and I'm just keeping an eye on young Johnson. He's been taken from the ground as a result of giving away the free kick. That is not the free kick. Here is young Johnson onto the phone to Neil Danaher. Not good play by the youngster, but I'm sure he'll learn. And quickly.
And concerns again now for Neil Danaher. The margin out to 17 points in favour of the Hawks. They're holding on. Umpire Fraser bouncing. Johnson gets it down to McLean, who just kicks it high and wide. Numbers immediately got there with the Hawks, but Sylvia got a favourable bounce. Jacobs allowed it to drift towards Smith. As Sylvia put his arm up, no free kick, or is there? Yes, there is. He put his arm up. And Vanderberg might reverse this. He needs to be careful. He needs to be careful. He's got the free kick. And hands off to Bateman, who chips it further afield. Jacobs. Half forward, lead offered by Brennan. Good hands by Brennan. Playing just his 5th game. After Franklin, got the handball away. Mitchell on hands and knees, knocks it out. Johnston, now McLean. Combines with Wheatley. Brown, hurried handball. Robertson has to sit and wait, but he's able to gather. Now McDonald, not much to go to, so he just hoists it wide. Making ground, Wheatley, and a fingertip. A well played, Paul Wheatley. Melbourne now. He kicks it back inside the corridor. Robertson, loose play ahead of the players. Heffernan. Heffernan can goal from 50. He loads up and kicks a wobbly old torpedo out on the full. And Luke Hodge just letting him know all about it.
Oh, here we go. Mitchell, a couple of Hawks on the fly. One of them Joel Smith, the other Chance Bateman. Franklin's got to work hard here and present. Smith almost made him come, and he just had to position himself a little better. Still learning the ropes. 84 to 67. You can see the handballs. That's been something very consistent all year for the Hawks, who have possessed the ball a lot more by hand than almost all their opponents.
Critical last minute 40 here for Hawthorn, not to concede goals.
Taylor's in the ruck. Johnson for the Demons. He's infringed. Simon Taylor takes it. If the Hawks could get one more, it's going to make the task pretty tough for Melbourne come the last quarter. Taylor. He's bombing it. Oh, it's 50! It is 50. Play on was not called. And the villain is Russell Robertson. Mark Fraser. The umpire saying that no, I hadn't called play on. Russell Robertson, you'll see it as plain as day, coming in, and he hadn't gone, at least according to umpire Fraser. So
That's incredible, isn't it, to do that? If the umpire hasn't called play on, to run in there like that, it's just...
he had taken a long time, but if the umpire doesn't call play on...
You've still got to wait for a whistle.
Yeah.
You've still got to wait for his call.
No doubt.
Whether a whistle was blown beforehand or...
Simon Taylor. Oh, he made the goal up by a word, but he got the perfect result. And that really excites the Hawks fans, but stings the Demons.
It does, and I think the last 2 goals...
Pretty soft initially.
Pretty soft, but the last 2 goals are the result of 2 50-metre penalties. One from Johnson and this one from Russell Robinson.
Melbourne captain David Neitz, former captain of the Hawks Shane Crawford. Looks like he wants to get back on. Well, Taylor up very high. That ground level, he's desperate as well. And Melbourne players in on top of him, and they tie it up. Under a minute left, 3rd term.
Free kick. Here's another one. 3 undisciplined acts late in this quarter could cost Melbourne.
Lewis. Bateman wants to draw McDonald, eventually does. Crow chips it up into the pocket. Everett. Good fist from Ferguson. That was well played. Now McLean hard up against the line. Bell. Ferguson. Kept his arms free but dropped it in the end.
High tackle first.
And the free kick. Oh, now what's going to happen here? There's 50 metres, I think, is it? Yep. Against Everett. And they're still going at it. There's Roughhead.
Well, there's plenty going on. You've got to pull a free kick here. You just can't let it go on.
Which way, Sos?
Well, are there plenty free kicks there?
Yeah,
Who's holding who?
Which way?
You've got to pull one. Everett gets pulled. Everett pulls one to the ground. Travis Johnson comes comes in. Here's a free kick.
Oh, all right, you pay 10, you just keep going one way or the other.
Need to get on with it quickly. Ferguson kicks across the ground. It's open. Luke Williams has got it. On centre wing. Can the D's get a late goal? Hodge, brilliant. Let it off the boot. And we count down just 13 seconds left. Now he's been called to play on here. No, I thought his umpires waved his arms, but he let him go. Now Bateman. We've got 4 seconds left. Needs to get rid of it quickly. And the siren might beat them. Or Everett marks. No, he's marked it. And Big Spider's absolutely out of breath after engaging in a bit of...
And who said wrestling wasn't hard?
Yeah, exactly. And he's been boxing away there on the fence for the last 3 or 4 minutes, and now he's got the footy.
He wouldn't mind reaching for the no-dos at this stage.
So he's got...
Is that one in his sock?
Plenty of time. What a game he's played. 8 marks coming in for possession or disposal number 17. He's got to kick it a long way. He's got to kick it almost 60 metres.
I reckon he'll kick it.
Gee.
I reckon he's too tired to kick it. He comes in. Has it got the carry? It's long. No, it lands in the goal square. So three-quarter time, we have got an absolute beauty for you on Saturday afternoon football. And the margin, 23 points in favour of the Hawks.
And it's a great last quarter ahead. It's been a beautiful afternoon to watch footy, and it's been a day with plenty of action on the field, plenty of action off it. It's been a day full of emotion.
Coming up at 8:30 Eastern, Foxtel and Ozstar digital subscribers can see this week's fully interactive Fox Footy Active game replay.
For those of you with digital, press red now.
Simply press red on your digital remote when the red icon appears on your screen and you'll go active.
You get more for your dollar at Bunnings Warehouse every day. 4-pack energy-saving globes, only $9.98. Assorted Azito tools, a low $29.95 each. Aluminium work platform, just $59. British 4-litre in-colour interior acrylic, great value at $49.80. 2-kilo lawn repair kit, only $9.98. 80-amp power boards, pack of 2, just $7.50. Combination spanners, $1 each.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Weeknights on The Fever, footy's only talkback TV show. We debate all the day's hot topics, talk to the game's biggest names.
There are big problems down there at Collingwood.
And of course, you can have your say. White Line Fever, weeknights 7:30 Eastern on Fox Footy Channel.
So Neil Danaher is not going to die wondering. Everett has dominated the centre hit-outs for much of the day, and he continues to do so there. But the Demons with the first handball. Who's going to win first possession? It's the Hawks.
And Jacobs got it to Hodge. Now Smith. He's been fantastic this afternoon, Joel Smith. He kicks high and wide. Franklin making ground. But the boundary line too close.
Good kick by Smith. It was a great kick because there was no one downfield. He just went for touch, kept the ball inside their forward 50.
So they have a goal scoring opportunity here, the Hawks. They lead by 23 points. Ball knocked forward, chance for Bateman, overruns it, lets Johnston in, who's been pretty good for Melbourne, Travis Johnston. He kicks along the wing, Uze, one out almost. This very creative, somehow got boot the ball. White, he overruns it. Now a chance at ground level. Numbers though with the Demons. Sylvia runs to 45 and kicks it out wide and over on the full.
And there's still a chance, the Demons, Sausage.
Well, they are.
Absolutely they are.
No doubt they are. They've just got to start winning a little bit more of the ball from the stoppages. But they've got the run. They've got the run. They put Hawthorn under a bit of pressure in that third quarter. They've just got to keep working hard.
Hawthorn have only won one quarter. One last quarter, that is, for the year. So they'll need to do better here. Hodge pinpointing the pass. Straight under the chest. Big Paul Johnson. Ferguson. This is Silver. This is finding the ball. He didn't have a great kick last time, but this is a much better effort. He can keep going past. White will give him the opportunity, the young man. Now he can go all the way here. He can kick a goal. He's kicked 7 in the VFL once this year, and now he puts that one through. some hope.
Well, it's good footy, isn't it? Good run, but also a good result, really, for Neil Danaher as well. Jeff White gets an early touch in the forward line. And this goal here is the result that the Demons needed.
Yes, we're in for a cracking final quarter. Margin back to 17 points. Damien Hardwick back of screen. Alistair Clarkson sitting in the front row. Back in the centre, Everett. Johnson got first hand on that one. Spills to Maloney. Hoists it high towards half forward. Osborne will get there first and marks comfortably on his chest. Been an enthralling battle with he and Davey. He switches the play, Jacobs, and he's got Hodge. He uses him with a sweeping handball. Just backward of the wing, has got a loose player up forward. Good running from Shane Crawford. He marks 60 from goal. Now Williams goes into the pocket and he marks. Good stuff from Franklin. They were both drawn to the football, and Franklin just at the last moment pulled out of the contest, shielded his player Rivers. There's Peter Everett off the ground getting some treatment.
Yes, getting some treatment. I just wouldn't mind Everett just getting pushed forward for one tick to see what type of reaction that deals with Neil Danaher.
You just saw Franklin there just shield Rivers away from the football, allowing Williams to mark. What a day he's had, Mark Williams. He's kicked 5 goals, 5. This is one of his toughest chances. He comes in and he rolls it. Great stuff, Mark Williams. So they get the quick reply, Hawthorn, and the margin back out to 23 points.
Great ball usage once again by the Hawks. Hodge, Crawford, saw Osborne deep there, but they were able to use the ball from the back half. And Williams, well, he's been a sensational kick all day.
Like a broken record, sis, I know, but Hodge, 29 possessions, and they still let him go free. Six goals, 5. What an effort from a small forward. He's killing him, leading the leading goal kickers. 30 goals for the year. That's a high tackle from Taylor. Melbourne need to get a goal straight away. Make no mistake about that. McDonald to Johnston. Yeah, he's got Sylvia pushing wide for him. In fact, it's Maloney. He's just gone a bit quiet in this game. He was quite devastating in the second quarter. We know he kicks it long. He gives it, big man a chance, but the Hawks defence too strong. And once again, Trent Crowe
Become a good player, hasn't he, Trent Crowe? And great to see Alistair Clarkson persisted with him at centre half back today.
Adjust that one around the boundary. Mitchell. Nothing coming at him, so he just treads water. Finally, McLean trying to coerce him onto the left foot, which was pretty effective because it was a pretty poor kick in the end from Mitchell. Ferguson to Sylvia. Now he's got Maloney away through the middle. Can he get into full stride? Brent Maloney. Long and strong. Uze! Away! Touched! Well, the Hawk fans like it. Adam Uze doesn't, but he doesn't seem to be protesting amazingly.
Well done, Campbell Brown.
Great effort.
Never out of the contest. Don't concede.
Crawford pinpoints the pass to Crowe. He's got Bateman loose on the wing, and he finds him. Bateman wasting no time, wants to take them on. He handballs to his own advantage, then slipped over. Well done, Big Johnson. Good stuff though by Bateman. Got back onto the football. Reese, he's taken over by Green. So a boundary throw on the attacking side of the wing for Hawthorn. Brad Green handing it back.
It's all good though, isn't it, as far as Hawthorn are concerned? It's just sucking up the time.
Plenty of time left for Melbourne. Johnson and Taylor. Johnson easily. By James had to put in a couple of quick strides. Bateman, little give to Crowe, who just put it under the arm and drives it long inside, attacking 50. Oh, Dixon, almost a chance. Williams goes in hard, tries to shove it. He's still got it, Mark Williams, who'll be penalised if he's not too careful.
He did well. Took the head.
Abouts.
Oh, he did well then. He took the head, had to keep his head over the ball, got to his feet, created a stoppage inside their forward 50.
Now, Everett back on the ground to do battle with Johnson. Johnson won that one. McDonald. Handball out in front of Green, who finds himself now in the midfield. He's got Davey running for him up forward, and he hits him on the chest. Just since Melbourne working their way back into this game. Mark taken by Jeff White. He wheels onto the right boot and kicks it to the top of the goal square. He clears the pack to the chance of back for Robertson. The impossible angle, he misses. He put it through for a point, so margin now 21 points in favour of Hawthorn.
Crode's got Rees, but he's now manned up. And the Hawks, they don't want to be too defensive here. Crawford goes into a play, a little shepherd, a little block. Jacobs was the target. Wouldn't have wanted to have put any more on that one. He's just wandering around half back. Tries to hit Mitchell. That's just a little sloppy by the Hawks. No damage done yet. The margin stands at 21. As Luke Hodge comes off, I think for the first time for the day, having a bit of work done on his knee.
Had a spell a little earlier, Hutto.
Right, okay. He's been wonderful. 29 possessions. Everett. Lewis thought he was being held. The umpire did too. Brad Green throws his head back. Jordan Lewis, another one of these talented young Hawks, moves it quickly because Brennan was able to move it equally as quickly to Rees. Not a great kick direction-wise. Rivers, and this is Bell. And again, the Demons have got runners. Loose on the wing. Sylvia says, I'll take this. Holland's at centre-half forward if he can find him. He goes longer, hoping for Robertson. Is there a whistle? No. Crowd wanted it. Play goes on. Uze. Who's going to find the ball? Jeff White or Hay Osborne? They're a bit disorientated. The ball swirling around. There's a high kick forward. And the margin now is 20. And it's being eroded all the time, but not in the manner in which the Demons would like. They need to bang a goal on the ball.
Kick comes in. Taken by Hay. And the game just settles for a moment. It's been thoroughly entertaining. It's been tight and tough. Oh, dangerous kick. Osborne had to really work. Well done by Bell. Somehow he kept it in. Now a chance for Davey. Oh, kick off the side of the boot. Letson and Sylvia running it together. Wheatley had to stop and wait. That's holding the ball. Letson got it out. Gets a second chance, Letson. Well done. Kick forward now by Rees to Crawford, who had to sit underneath it. Did it very well. Left foot kick out wide. Into the path of Joel Smith. He's got it on attacking 50. He's got Franklin loose in the pocket, and he gets it to him somehow. Yeah, is that 50? Umpire exercising common sense there. And Lance Franklin, a chance to extend the Hawthorn lead.
It was clever play by Joel Smith. He just knew, there's a little kickback by Bell, but he just knew that Franklin was out to his left and just forced Rivers to come towards him. Franklin was always going to take an easy grab.
They've kicked 13 of their 14 goals from set shots, the Hawks. Franklin comes in from 40 metres. It's bending back. It's through. So Lance Franklin kicks a goal, and the Hawthorn lead now out to 26 points.
And if you just watch Joel Smith here, it was clever play. He knew he just had to draw Rivers. There's Franklin just pulling off to the side. Quick kick out to the side. Very good play. Great awareness.
Their biggest lead since late in the second quarter. 26. You'd think they'd just about be safe. Again, not a great bounce in the middle. Just not getting enough height on them, Mark Fraser. But the Demons able to hold things up.
The Demons just need to get a bit of run through the corridor, through the midfield. Get the ball down quickly to Jeff White, who's in the square.
Rivers going long then. He could have gone short to Maloney. Instead he went along to a one-on-one. So they're not mucking around. They know they've got to move it quickly. McLean, nothing doing for him though at the moment. Trying to sort out a loose man. Maloney might have to go sideways here. Decides to go down the line and was just hoping that James McDonald might get on the end of this one. He did well to position himself and keep it alive. Uze. Osborne leads Davey to the ball. Didn't complete the mark. Better watch out now. Crawford would protect him.
Behind play.
He's paid it high. Davey went down. Uze wanted 50. Osborne arguing the point with Mark Fraser. We'll get a look at it here. He certainly made the most of it, Aaron Davey.
He did.
And it did appear the contact was a fraction high. So he's a specialist on the run, Aaron Davey.
What do you think, Steve? Didn't look to be a lot in
No,
it.
there's not. I mean, I've got to give him. Sometimes they don't, other times, but I guess he jumped into him, jumped into his head, made contact to his head. We've got to give a free kick.
1 goal, 1 for the day for Aaron Davey. Loves him on the run. Let's see how he goes from the set shot. It's a case of absolute desperation for the Demons, and Davey provides. So they're still in it. It's back to 20.
This is the free kick once again. Bit of a forearm. Really not much in it, but of course a little bit reckless. Got to keep your arms down. Made contact to the head.
The problem was the contact was on the back of his head and he felt the front of his head.
And Aaron Davey and Michael Osborne. Davey just holding the 2 fingers up and said, I'll kick a couple on you, mate. And a little pat on the hand. They've been at it. There you go. 2 goals, he said. So back in the centre, Paul Johnson kicks it forward to half forward. Ground work, Uze underneath the football. Osborne mops up. Gee, a scrappy old kick across the goal face. A bounce. This is nicely for Crode, who gets it to Reese, who marks at half back.
Interesting, Crawford and Hodge both off the ground at the moment for the Hawks. It looks like Hodge is coming back on soon.
Dangerous kick back in to centre half back. It's okay though. Osborne marks. Now Mitchell. Now it opens up. They've got it in the corridor, Hawthorn. Mitchell normally uses it very well into the path of Dixon. That's a great mark. Ben Dixon. He kicks towards Williams, who's on the break, and he can't mark. Luke Williams does very well to spoil Rivers. He well solves. Chance for Williams again. Mark Williams at Hawthorn. Hard up against the line. Freckler's got it. Now it's over. Boundary thrown in the forward pocket. Big 10 minutes. We looked to tackle again from Franklin and Rivers. It was a beauty.
He just was able to release it, Rivers.
Hawthorn have won just 4 of their last 28 games. And Everett to the back, straight to Ferguson. Good tackle coming from Clark. He got it to Maloney. Godfrey. Out wide now. McDonald in space at half back for Melbourne. Kicks it back to a more central location. Holland. Fist from Jacobs. Ladson at the fall. Kick around the body was poor, and McDonald's got 40 metres on the southern wing. He kicks along the line, and it's okay. Mark taken by Wheatley. Now Maloney. Around Ladson. Bangs away towards the goal square. Almost the mark towards, but Robertson can soccer off the ground. Now Davey. He can gather it, Aaron Davey. He's still alive and kicking. Right foot snap.
Oh, well done.
And Green kicks. Behind. 4 goals for to break Green.
The kick to the goal square wasn't a great kick. Didn't really bring Jeff White into the contest, but that's what they've got to do, Melbourne. Get the ball deep. They've got the crummers.
They've still got some momentum here, the Demons. They just can't convert and get it on the board. The Hawks digging deep at the MCG. Hanging on for dear life. They lead by 19. They look safe, but there's still time for Melbourne. They're on the back foot, aren't they? As Hodge comes back on the ground for the Hawks. Surely play on will be called. It is now. Godfrey realises that. Crode does as well. That's a good kick. Somehow Jacobs got free. And suddenly the Hawks have got runners through the middle. Hodge with his energy back. Oh, it's a wobbly ball. And somehow it lands in the grass. And you wouldn't want it in anyone else's hands but Mark Williams.
Listen, I think we just He's a big boy, but he just needed to go back and make a bit better of a contest.
8 marks inside 50. 6 goals, 5 for the day. He's now got his best ever goal tally. A big 7. And you'd almost bring out the shotgun for that, wouldn't you?
But it was a wobbly old kick from Luke Hodge, wasn't it? It was a very good mark.
Yeah, it was a great mark, but I just wonder about that contest. You've got to get body on body there. Make some type of contest. Paul Johnson's a big man.
Well, it's up against them now, the Demons. They trail by 25 points. Desperate measures. Crawford's been fantastic. Kicks towards half forward. Ladson chipping in. Well done, Wheatley. Ladson, though, keeps his feet. Paddles it to his own advantage. Numbers with the Hawks. Brennan hard up against the line. Tries to keep it in and does. So a boundary thrown in Hawthorn's forward pocket. There's still time. Melbourne need to, if it's possible, increase their work rate. Everett and Johnson again. Everett knocks it to the back. Well done, Everett. Did his own roving. Knocked it out to Hodge. Threads the handball. Reese. He's got a loose player across the ground. Brennan couldn't hold on. Now a chance for Bateman. Williams is loose. He's got it now. Mark Williams. Can he kick 8? He snaps around the body. It won't make the distance. Has kicked 8. The game is now iced, and Paul Johnson won't be happy with that effort, nor is Neil Danaher.
Well, this is a goal that shouldn't have been a goal. Poor effort, a very poor effort, but what a sensational game Mark Williams has played today.
27 goals in 5 weeks. 6, 4, 4, 5, 8. And we haven't put the full stop on this one yet. And the Hawthorn army, look at them, they're all on their feet. They are loving it. Most of them grew up, they only knew one thing, they only knew victories. They've had about 10 years of hard times. And now they're enjoying the new generation of Hawks. And there's a lot to be excited about. A long way to go. But boy, they've got some comers. And they've kept on coming today. Sylvia, out of the middle. Fast break for the D's. And Colin Sylvia shows them how to do it. Hasn't been too many woohoos. No, there hasn't.
But he's an impressive kid. Really well composed, well balanced. Very good goal.
Well, is there enough time? Melbourne bench. Brett Maloney. Back in the centre, Everett wins it out again. This time Godfrey's first to pounce. Handball, searching for McLean, gets there eventually. He's got time for a casual bounce around Everett. Well done, Brock McLean. Now kicks long towards Robertson's got to beat a couple. Got up high, couldn't take the mark. Crow just released the ball in time to Bateman, who a couple of bounces inside his own defensive 50. Now a third. Chips it out wide over the head of Hodge. Hodge has been absolutely superb. He kicks long towards William, who's got to beat a couple. Ball to the back. Rivers will be first there. I think he'll be content to take it over. He is. So Andrew throwing in Hawthorn's forward pocket.
He's done amazingly well, Mark Williams. He's attracting 2 players now, so the focus is on Mark Williams. Maybe now the Hawthorn midfielders, half forwards. Just got to lift their eyes, broaden their horizon a bit. There may be other options on.
So Bandry throwing deep in Hawthorn's forward pocket. Everett Ladson. Clowns the the call, but eventually umpire Fraser calls for the football. A bounce 20 metres from Hawthorn's goal. There's Chance Bateman. 22 possessions, 5 marks for him. A valuable player. Everett gets it down. Hodge, can he find space? Look, Hodge, he can't. And a kick only as far as Rivers, who would have fumbled. Now he puts his defence under pressure, but McDowell was good enough to slip the handball to Green. And Green kicks into the midfield. Ladson, look out. No, it's Osborne. Osborne from 50. He loads up, bobs away, but it's offline. So bad luck for Michael Osborne there, behind only.
What do you reckon he would have said to Aaron Davey if he had to kick that goal? Yeah, we pointed to the scoreboard already, I would have thought. 38,587 in today at the G. Another super Saturday afternoon for watching footy. We've been blessed with some great weather so far this season. I guess it'll all change at some stage when the rain comes. Green trying to keep things moving. We're just about down to the last 5 minutes. Demons need to get a goal, and they need to get 3 or 4 very quickly. It's a task that looks well and truly beyond them right at this very minute. Breeze back to Crawford, so the Hawks will be happy here just to hang on to it. See if we can get Williams another goal. Still might! Mark Williams, go for number 9! Not quite. Clint Bizzle not wanting to join in the party.
I just reckon that's one of the real areas where Hawthorn have improved this year. Just their work rate, their competitiveness, their one-on-one duels. They're really working hard for each other, and something that's really come to the fore this year.
And the ball back over the line. And we've just clicked inside the last 5 minutes. So I think Neil Danaher's day might just about be done. And he's obviously without Neitz and without Miller and without Bruce. He'll be looking forward to the return of Cameron Bruce next week, you would imagine. Here's Luke Hodge to cap off his day. Just couldn't get it on line, but it matters little. Dixon quick to bounce to his feet, looking to lay it off. Had a few options, but he's an experienced goal kicker, still looking to lay it off. Oh, Mitchell's on his own. The umpire had not finished with getting the angle right.
Plenty of Hawthorn players lining up for this short pass.
And he's got one here, Osborne. Well, it was telegraphed. The Demons players with hands on hips. None of them read the telegraph.
Where's Aaron Davey?
Three goals for the year, Michael Osborne. 9 goals in his 45-game career. And in the end, he's done a pretty good job nullifying Aaron Davey. I think he's missed. So nothing to go back and boast about. Davies' day, 13 possessions and 2 goals won, so that's quite respectable, but just hasn't been able to damage.
But there you go. A little point attached to the scoreboard. Michael Osborne is Travis Johnston, that's what's ahead of him. They huddled and now have broken, so the gap up the middle. Bizzle, who's been remarkably quiet. McLean hurries the kick towards half forward, it floats. Well done, Boyuze tried to knock it on. Jacobs is first there. Kept his hands clear. Uses Crow, now Crawford. Back to Jacobs to keep going. He chips it out wide. Brown on the half volley. Uses Clark. Jacobs just controlling the football at the moment, Hawthorn. Now Mitchell. Now he comes forward. Williams on a lead. Oh, Everett was going back. There's still chance for the big spider. He runs to 10 metres and kicks a goal. Well done, Spider. So Hawthorn now out to the tune of 33 points. And what a game Stevie's played, Peter Everett.
Fantastic. Fantastic. He's worked very hard.
possessions today, 8 marks, 2 goals, 1. And that's to cap off a very, very, very good day's work, Spider Everett. He's rucked very well. He's given them a presence around the ground. Fantastic work. You wouldn't know it, but that was the sign of a victorious coach. His second wing, Alistair Clarkson. He'll be a very proud man. The Hawks lead by 33.
And he's played his heart out, Everett. Johnston out of the centre. Brown going back. Hawthorn now finishing this game full of running. Campbell Brown just chips it out wide. Hodge, who has been outstanding, coming in for possession number 35. He kicks it back to Crowe's been great as well. Gee, ran a long way. He gets rid of it. Williams, he can't mark. Can he get back onto it? Mark Williams is held in the tackle. No free kick. Play on's the call. And eventually Melbourne, through weighted numbers, or do they work it out? Free kick. Incredible stuff. They had 4 on 2 in the goal square, Melbourne. Somehow Franklin was able to kick it through. He's kicked his second of the final quarter. Let's watch it again.
He's worked it through his legs. Franklin here, just watch this. Through the legs.
It's a basketball move. They're behind the back. Where's another? Oh, that's freakish.
It's party time at the MCG, but Melbourne players are not having any fun at all. Party time for the Hawks, that is. Let's see the umpire gets his whistle out. Sossel have been paying free kicks. Oh, you don't reckon there's one there? Oh, there's about 20. Let's see if the Demons can get a late one.
Yeah, you can get charged for wrestling, but you can't get charged for you can't get a free kick.
There was some wrestles earlier as well that'll be recorded.
There we go.
There was one there. There's a free kick.
You don't want to pay one, you'll get a riot.
There's a free kick.
Well, the umpire here has paid a free.
Yeah, umpire Mark Fraser's paid a free kick.
No one else knows it yet. No one else. Now they do. Now they know it. Who's going to get it though? That's the question. It's got to be a Hawthorn free.
Great umpiring, Mark Fraser. Great umpiring. While all that was going on, Russell Robertson limped to the bench. They're looking at his knee. It might get a whole lot worse for the Melbourne Footy Club off the back of this.
Now it's a Melbourne free kick, is it? Well, I reckon Jared Rivers is pretty lucky because...
Well, that's the point. I mean, you pluck a free out.
But if you don't do something about it, Hutto, a riot's going to happen.
A riot.
Well, Jared Rivers landed a right hand on Ben Dixon.
I'm scared I'm running, so I'll see you later.
That's why you sit up here.
Now, I tell you what, I don't know whether we caught that, but that's what happened. Let's have a look. There it is. Bang.
There's no free kick there, though. According to Anthony Hudson.
And there's the aftermath of it. So Ben Dixon coming to the bench. How Melbourne out of that get the free kick, I don't know, but anyway, there we go.
Didn't touch him, Sauce.
Johnston from the wing kicks to Johnson, who marks in front of his face. The time ticking down now. Kick long to the goal square. The back big lead from Uzo, but Brown relieves the pressure. Roughead was impressive early. 2 first quarter goals for Jared Roughead. Kick towards Everett, and he gets the free kick. Now loose player at centre half forward is Joel Smith. He runs to 50 and kicks wide of the mark. In fact, hits the behind post, so out on the full. Now Melbourne bring it back in. Johnston, Green. Good chase from Williams, still running. Maloney, great tackle on him by Rees. Gee, the pressure's been great from Hawthorn. Wheatley from half-back. Brown comes to meet it, gathers it superbly on the half volley. Tried to crash through Sylvia, couldn't. Osborne, Crowe. Now Roughead on centre wing. Kicks wide, they've got a couple to choose from. Everett tries to trap it, kept his hands free and then got away to handball. Bateman concedes ground. Vandenberg sharing it around now. Hawthorn. Taylor.
Firstly, toying with the man.
They are. Now Ladson, 60 from goal. He chips back. Osborne. Now Smith again, 60 from goal again. He kicks out of the pocket, kick just missed the mark. Roughhead was the target. So a boundary throw in. He'll be through with this, Alistair Clarkson. It's been a wonderful effort. They got out of the blocks in superb fashion. Everett, Reid, good tackle on him by Wheatley, spills towards Green, one of Melbourne's best. Handball through the legs of Chris Johnson. Now Maloney mopping up. Got hit by Franklin. Maloney's not happy with it. Ball out wide. All done by Campbell Brown. He chips it in short. Brennan Marks wants to get on with it quickly. Kicks it long to the goal square. Big pack of players, and there it is. It's an ends in the hand of that man, Mark Williams. And what a performance from Hawthorn. Mark Williams the star with 8, but they had contributors all over the ground.
Yes, they did. They got off to a terrific start. And Alistair Clarkson would be absolutely thrilled. Mark Williams, the story of the day with 8 goals.
Yes, a wonderful performance. Mark Williams kicked 8 goals, 5, including 2 first quarter posters. And wouldn't Alistair Clarkson be very proud? The Hawthorn side were challenged throughout the match, particularly after quarter time. And a great performance. Let's get out to Andy Marr, who's with the star of the day.
Thanks very much, Chris. Oh, you've jagged 8. It's the greatest season I guess you can imagine having personally, and great to get a victory off the back of it.
Yeah, it's good to get a couple of kicks, and the boys have been trying really hard, and it just pays off just to have a win.
Mate, the footy world's known about your talent. We saw that early. You really seem to be putting it all together this season.
Yeah, with our ball delivery and our midfielders coming through, it's pretty hard to stop, and they've got a lot of space in the forward line, so which makes it good.
Talk us about your confidence. What must be happening to you personally, week in, week out, after performances like you've been stringing together?
In the past, I've been going missing for a couple of weeks, but now I'm just thinking about just backing it up every week and just trying to be consistent.
And the team must be feeding off the closeness of the performances, reward for effort to get the victory today?
Yeah, very happy when we work very hard and just pays off to have a great win.
And the world's waiting for the shotgun. Are we going to see it?
When we win a couple more games, I think we'll have shotgun back out.
Great stuff, mate.